up in the sands, warm breeze blowing through my hair, six pack on ice, up under the sunlight, yeah. And you don't know how it feels. The waves hit so real. Gotta enjoy this. Ignore the forces. Let's just enjoy this. I just wanna lay down, lay down. I don't wanna leave here.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Alicia Love Podcast. Today is a beautiful Friday, June 4th, and thank you for tuning in to my podcast. Once again, my name is Alicia Love. Some of you guys may know me from the YouTube show Chasing LA, and some of you guys may follow me on Instagram, or some of you guys may know me from just performing in different cities because I am an entertainer. But yeah, I just wanted to start this podcast, episode 1 of the Alicia Love Podcast. It is titled My Journey. So, what does my journey mean? So basically, I wanted to title the first episode of my podcast, I wanted to title it My Journey because my journey has been crazy. I've been through a lot of bullshit and a lot of shit, so I wanted to just share that with you guys and those who are listening, and maybe you can, be motivated, or be inspired by my story, my journey. So yes, let's get started with episode 1 of the Alicia Love Podcast, My Journey. Here we go.
I just want your loving, baby. I just want your loving, baby. Your loving, baby. Baby girl, your loving is so damn fire. Got my high hopes in the sky like summer, and I can't come down my turn.
Alright, welcome back, you guys, the Alicia Love Podcast. So the song that you were just hearing was from Miss Aurora Lloyd from Washington, D.C., and that song was titled Summer Lovin'. Go ahead and check her out, Aurora Lloyd. The song was Summer Lovin'. Go check it out. It's on all platforms now. Okay, so episode 1, my journey. So my journey started, from what I can remember. Growing up, I was very shy. I stayed to myself a lot. I always knew that I was different, and I always knew that I had passion, and I had style quality. When you meet people, you kind of know they have style quality, and I definitely felt like I was one of those people that had style quality, but I never knew exactly what I wanted to do. In life, like sometimes you know that you're meant to do great things, but you don't know exactly what you want to do. So that was more of me when I was younger. But one thing that I did love to do when I was younger, I loved to listen to music. I don't know if some of you guys who are listening to this episode right now can relate to me. I love music. I think music is therapy. I think that without music, the world would be very dry and very boring. I don't know if some of you guys can relate out there, but I know some of you guys can. Music just makes everything better. So when I was younger, I loved to listen to music. I enjoyed dancing. One thing that I remember when I was younger is I used to dance for hours. Oh my God, hours. It was crazy. I used to dance for hours. And and mind you, back then I was I had to be about age 14. I think it was 14, where I was just, bitch, I thought I was the girl. I thought that I was Beyonce's dancer. It was so crazy. I think that was how I stayed so skinny, because I used to dance for literally 5 hours straight. That was literally my therapy. But, over the years, I kind of like fell out of it. I really don't dance. I still dance, but not as much as I did when I was young. Like 5 hours straight. Because you can get me to dance for 5 hours straight now. Like, it's just not going to happen. You might get like a cute 2 hours, maybe 2.5, but that third hour, bitch, I need a break. I need some water. So yeah, at the age of 14, I was very big on music, and dancing and things like that. So I continued to do that. And then as I got older, I started to love to entertain. Now, some of you guys may know, some of you guys may not know, is that I grew up in foster care. So like during the foster care times, I guess you could say I had more room to do what I wanted to do, because I didn't really have parents that I felt like I had to listen to. Like when you're in foster care, like you have foster parents and stuff like that. But when you're young, you don't really be giving a fuck. So you'd be like, okay, whatever. You're just my foster parent. You can't tell me what to do. That's kind of like how my attitude was when I was younger. I was like, you're not even my real parent, so you can't really tell me what the fuck to do. So that's kind of like how, my mind worked back then. Um, so yeah, but I got into performing because, okay, let's take it back. So I actually, the reason why I became, a foster child when I was younger is because my mother, she died of drug overdose when I was like 3. Mind you, when you're 3, you don't really know what's going on. Like, it's a lot of stuff that's going on, but you don't really know. Like, when you're 3, you know, you're not really thinking, about stuff like that. So I really didn't even realize that I kind of was in foster care. But then I was like, yeah, something that's not right, because I'm moving places that I have never been to before. But anyway, so basically, once I got to foster care at the age of 3, I was very shy, as I said in the beginning, and then I found music, and I went to high school, and in high school I was on the modeling team. Um, Shout out to my modeling team, because we was the shit. I went to Anacostia High School, senior high school in Washington, D.C. Yes, go Indians. I got really into like dance and like the artistic crowd as I got into high school. And I love modeling. Oh my god, like I always had so much fun. Like you can tell me nothing. Like when I was modeling this, like I was that girl. And then, mind you, like I became the captain of the modeling team. Like, which I was taking over. So from high school, once I graduated from high school, I went to college. I went to UDC. Shout out to UDC, even though I hated that college. Like, it was the worst. But it was only the worst, really, because of some of the, like, shit that I encountered, which we will get to in a later episode, because there were some traumatic things that happened. So, yeah, that might be another episode. But, yeah, so I finished high school, went into college, and then I found dance, because we had a dance team. Well, really, they didn't have a dance team. I had to basically create the dance team. So basically, when I got to college, they only had like the regular sports like basketball. They didn't have football. They had like basketball. I think like lacrosse. So they really didn't have like a lot of artistic things to do. So, I'm an artistic girl. I like to do stuff, you know, in that type of field. I came from high school and I wanted to go to college and, let out, anything that I can artistically. So I was like, you know what? They don't have a dance team. They don't have anything. So why don't I just start my own dance team, right? So, the process was not difficult, but it was definitely out of my comfort zone because at that time they had basically enforced a rule that in college, the school I went to, which was UDC, University of the District of Columbia, you basically can't start a club. Basically, that's what they called it in college. They don't call it a team. I mean, they call it a team, but technically it's like a club. So, for you to start a club at the college that I went to, you had to have like at least, I think like 10 or more people, I believe. So, mind you, it was my very first year, and I'm like a new student, and I'm like, okay, how the hell am I going to get 10 or more people to join this dance team so that I can let out my artistic, energy in a positive way? So actually it was easier than what I thought it was going to be. I think sometimes we tend to think it's going to be harder than what it actually is going to be, and that's because we're like feeling like we're not going to be able to do it or we're going to doubt ourselves, and that's like something that I feel like a lot of people have to work on, including myself. So, okay, so basically we're in college. Well, I'm in college, sorry. So I'm in college, and I stuck this dance team. I got all 10 signatures. I got actually more than 10 people. So yeah, I'm starting this dance team and I'm excited. So now we're getting ready to do captain auditions. And what girl doesn't want to be the captain? Like, mind you, I like really didn't like know nobody, and I started the club by myself, so of course I want to be captain. Like, I'm not gonna lie to myself and be like I don't want to be captain. Like, of course I'm coming to a new college and find a new dance team, bitch. I want to be that girl that's like, yes, I'm the captain. What's gooey, Shout out to T.S. Little Kendra, chasing Atlanta. That's her catchphrase. She says, what's gooey? So I just wanted to, shout out, to his little Kendra, what's gooey. But yeah, so basically, it's time for captain auditions, and it's me against one other girl, which me and her had like a few words in the past, but to be honest, it was so petty. I don't remember exactly what happened, but her name was Tanisha, and she was actually she was technically a better dancer, technically, because she had because see, I started dancing when I was younger, but I stopped. So technically she had more technical training. You know what I'm saying? She had been dancing longer and training longer because I stopped. So technically she was more qualified to, I guess you could say, be the captain. So yeah, so basically his captain auditions. I don't know who went first, but the song that I did for my audition was Beyonce, Ring Off. I don't know why I did the song. I think in that moment I just really loved the song. I don't know if you Beyonce fans remember the song Top Off. I know I got some Beyonce fans listening to this podcast right now, so don't fake. But yeah, I was really into Beyonce a while back, and when I heard the song Top Off, I was like, this song was not on any of the albums because I know every song that she ever had on her albums. I'm like, this song is cute. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this song. So I did the Top Off song, killed it, gave it all I had. At the end, I was out of breath, breathing hard as shit. And then basically, it was just left up to the judges to choose who's gonna be captain. So I became captain. I was like, it was groovy, but I don't know. I think I kind of let it get to my head a little bit. I can be honest about that because as adults, you got to be honest. You got to be able to you know, be honest with yourself. I kind of did let it get to my head, and I was getting a little snappy here and there. I was getting kind of rude a little bit. But yeah, that was just another time on my journey that I kind of appreciated because it kind of made me a better person. And it helped me get along with people better after I graduated college. Next on my journey was the club. Next, I started performing at the clubs. Because mind you, I still had that passion. Even when I left college, I still had that passion. But it was very tiring. When I first got to performing, it was very tiring. Bitch, I used to be tired boobs. That's why, now, any person that is a performer, a drag queen, trans woman, whatever, it's not easy to perform. It's not easy. You really gotta, know your shit. So basically, that's going back to the beginning of that journey, because that's the third, part journey in my life. So basically, I wanted to start performing, and I didn't know how to get into it. So I was kind of like, how do I start performing? I know I want to be on a stage, I just don't know how to get there. So I went to Ziegfeld Secrets. Some of you guys that are from DC, you know about Ziegfeld Secrets. Rest in peace. They closed down now because y'all hoes don't want to go out and support the clubs no more. But yeah, so that's basically where I got my start at Ziegfeld Secrets. Christina Kelly was hosting a talent night. Mind you, I never performed on a stage. I never I had never performed. So basically, I do this. I sign up for this talent night, and I get on stage. I don't remember the first song that I ever did because it's been a couple years, and I just haven't kept track of it. But I get on stage. I'm looking cute. I mean, not as cute as I do now. Because I was in 2018, I think. I believe it was 2018 is when I started performing. So, the styles were different. A lot of stuff wasn't, happening yet in fashion and stuff like that. So we had, a limited stuff to work with. Of course we had inspiration from Beyonce and all these other people. But it was my first time performing and I was so nervous. I remember being on stage and being so fucking nervous. Oh my god, I was so nervous. But, everything worked out because, I definitely believe when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. So I get on stage, I shake, my booty, my pop, my pussy, give them a little, give them a show. And when I got off the stage, the energy and just everything about the crowd was so amazing. It was just so amazing. People were like, "Oh my God, you did so good. You're so beautiful." And I was getting positive, good positive feedback. So, bitch, I was like, okay, bitch. From there, I'm like, this is what I want to do. This is what it's going to be. Um, so yeah, after that, after the talent contest, the shit took off. So basically, the talent contest was like a couple weeks. It was like a couple weeks, and basically at the end, everyone competed in like a style pageant thing, and then we basically would vote. So I did not. I got to the finale. Mind you, I had choreographed the whole routine with some with old friends of mine. We're no longer friends. But I had choreographed a certain routine, and everything was just perfect. So yeah, basically, I did not win those. Long story short, I did not win. I placed first runner up. But I did a nasty Jennifer Lopez challenge with the canes and everything. Um, the song Get Right. That's basically the song I did, but it was like mixed with some other songs. But I did not win. I was first runner up, but overall, the experience was amazing. And basically from that talent contest, I went on to do several other pageants. I did Miss Kobo Newcomer, which was the bar title. And rest in peace to Kobo. I was the final and last Miss Kobo Newcomer. And then, once I finished winning that, I went and won Black National Princess, which was a national black pageantry system. And I mean, I enjoy winning it. I won't get into details why I no longer represent that system, or I no longer go back for anything with that system, because I'm not gonna give energy to that system. But they know what they did to me, and they know what they said, but I forgive and I move on. So no hard feelings. But yeah, so basically once I left Black National from doing that, I basically I guess had a moment where I kinda just stopped performing. I mean, I wouldn't say I stopped performing, but I kinda gave myself like a mental break just to, sometimes you gotta give yourself you gotta give yourself a moment, a break, because sometimes things in life can overwhelm you. So I took a break, a one moment to woosah. Um, and then from there, once I knew what I wanted to do and how I wanted to, you know, let out my, artistic flair, it was up from there. And to this day, I have performed really a lot of places. I've um, performed in North Carolina at Chasers. I've also performed in North Carolina at Scorpios. Um, I've been to New York City. I performed in New York City before. I don't remember the exact place I performed at, but I performed in New York City. I've been to LA. I performed at LA. I'm actually a cast member at Long Beach, California, at Hamburger Mary, Long Beach, California. And as of right now, you can catch me at Long Beach, California on Tuesdays at Trans Tuesdays, every other Tuesday of the month. Yeah, so go out and support the girls at Hamburger Mary's on Trans Tuesdays. But yeah, so I've been to LA performing. I've been to California, um, Ontario. That's California still, so I would consider that California. Um, I've been to Las Vegas and I performed. What else? I'm trying to think of everywhere that I've been to because I've been to a couple places. If I missed your city and I've been to your city, please down in the comments. Make sure to let me know that I've been to your city, because I'm trying to think of every city and I can't really think of every city that I've been to. So yeah, but just from performing, I have been able to go to so many different places to perform and have the privilege to even be backstage with certain people. You know, a lot of people don't get to perform on stage. You know, some people just don't get that luxury. But yeah, so that's really been my journey up, to so far up to this point. I left out some other stuff pertaining to my journey, because I want to keep that for the mental health segment of my podcast. But my journey as an entertainer, just my journey as a person, has taken me to so many different places, and I'll definitely say I've been rejected a lot. Like, I've had plenty of times where I've had haters, like, just try to provoke me, and get me out of my character, or just talk shit about me because I won a pageant and they didn't win it. I've been through all of that, and to be honest, it made me stronger. In that moment, I didn't understand like what was happening or why, these things were being thrown into my life. But right now, um, June 4th, on this beautiful Friday, I had really understood the meaning of life, and the meaning of my journey. So, yeah, I think that we each have our own journeys, and I want everyone that's listening to my podcast and my supporters and those who support me and love me, just remember everything is not going to last. You know what I'm saying? The hard times aren't going to last long. You got to keep pushing and keep having the faith, and it will get better. I know that. I believe that. And I just want everyone that's listening to believe that and know that you're beautiful, and your journey is not over. You have so much more to give, so much more to learn, and so much more to experience. So thank you guys for watching. That's time. My team, they're telling me that it's time to wrap it up. But before I go, I want to let everyone know that I truly love and appreciate your support. Thank you for listening to this podcast. And this was episode 1 of the Alicia Love podcast, which was entitled My Journey. I hope that you take something from this. I hope that you're inspired, and I hope that you're able to learn or even just be happy from listening to my journey. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please make sure to go on YouTube and follow Aurora Lloyd, and please stream her music. The song that was playing in the beginning of the intro was called Summer Lovin'. Alright, I'm gonna definitely put that back on because that's my jam. So we're gonna take it out with Summer Lovin' from Aurora Lloyd from Washington, D.C. Alright, you guys. Thank you, lovelies. Thanks for tuning in.
The way you love me, I just can't wait. Every time you go away, I need you here. Warm breeze and cloud 9, palm trees and deep blue. Melanin, do you wanna go? Laying up in the sand, warm breeze blowing through my hair, 6-pack on nice, up under the sunlight, yeah. And you don't know how it feels. The waves hit so real. Gotta enjoy this, ignore the forces. Let's just enjoy this. I just wanna lay down. I don't wanna want your loving, baby. I just want your loving, baby. I just want your summer loving. I just want your loving, baby. I just want your loving, baby. Your loving, baby. Mountain of the highest. Love how you smiles and crystal blue eyes reflecting off the moonlight. Water splashing on my thigh, melts on my skin in sunlight.